My beloved child, wait. Do not rush past this moment. Pause. Slow your thoughts. Quiet the noise around you for just a little while, because I am speaking directly to your heart right now. Yes. You. Not somebody else. Not a random audience. You. This moment is not accidental. You did not stop here by chance. Something inside you felt a pull, a nudge, a quiet invitation to stay and listen. That was me. I have been reaching for your attention because there is something important your heart needs to hear. I see how quickly your mind moves. How easily distractions take over. How often you tell yourself, I'll think about this later. I'll pray later. I'll deal with this later. But listen carefully. You treat later as though it is guaranteed. It is not. This moment carries purpose. This encounter carries intention. You have been asking questions deep inside your heart. Why does life feel delayed? Why do doors stay closed? Why does clarity seem distant? Why does waiting feel endless? Why does it seem like everybody else is moving while you remain uncertain? I know those questions. I heard them in your quiet moments. In your restless nights. In your silent frustrations. In the hidden conversations you never fully spoke aloud. And today I want you to understand something that can change the way you see this entire season. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not stuck. You are not falling behind. I have seen every burden you carried without explanation. Every smile that covered hidden heaviness. Every exhausted prayer. Every moment when doubt whispered louder than hope. You thought nobody noticed how tired your spirit felt. I noticed. I always notice. You may feel misunderstood by people. Overlooked by circumstances. Disconnected from answers. But you have never been disconnected from my care. Not for one moment. Even when you questioned me, I remained close. Even when confusion surrounded you, I remained faithful. Even when your faith felt weak, I remained strong for you. You have been walking through a season that stretched your patience, challenged your confidence, and tested your trust. Some days felt directionless. Some days felt heavy. Some days felt painfully uncertain. You wondered if wrong turns ruined your future. You wondered whether delay meant you missed your moment. But hear me clearly, nothing I prepared for you can be erased by fear, mistakes, confusion, or temporary uncertainty. My plans are not fragile. Your purpose is not fragile. You believed waiting meant nothing was happening. But waiting does not equal absence. Waiting does not equal punishment. Waiting is often preparation. While you searched desperately for visible movement, I was building invisible transformation. While you focused on external outcomes, I was strengthening internal foundations. Because there are blessings you prayed for that require greater wisdom, greater stability, greater maturity, greater trust, a stronger version of you. And because I love you deeply, I refuse to rush what must be prepared carefully. If I placed certain opportunities, responsibilities, relationships, or answers into your hands before you were ready, they would overwhelm you instead of bless you. So while you call it delay, I call it development. While you call it silence, I call it preparation. While you call it standing still, I call it growth beneath the surface. You do not measure seeds by what you see above ground. Growth often begins invisibly. Roots strengthen before fruit appears. And in the same way, much of my work inside your life has been happening where your eyes cannot yet recognize it. So release the fear that nothing is changing. Release the lie that you are behind. Release comparison. You are not walking someone else's timeline. You are walking yours. Different journey. Different process. Different assignment. Different preparation. Stop measuring your progress against paths I never designed for you. You were created for a purpose that requires a specific pace. Trust it. Trust me, my child. I also need to speak gently but honestly to your heart. There were moments when impatience pushed you ahead of my timing. Moments when pressure convinced you to force outcomes. Moments when fear whispered, do something quickly. Take control. Make it happen yourself. I understand why you felt that way. Waiting feels vulnerable. Uncertainty feels uncomfortable. But whenever you carry life entirely through your own strength, you pick up burdens you were never created to carry. You try to manage every detail, predict every outcome, control every timeline. And slowly, peace disappears. Not because I abandoned you, but because you stepped outside the place where trust was supposed to guide you. You were never created to hold the entire future in your own hands. You were created to walk with me. Trust with me. Lean into my wisdom when your understanding reaches its limit. So hear my invitation, slow down. Release the pressure. Release the timelines you created in your own mind. Release the need to figure everything out immediately. My timing is not confused. My timing is not late. My timing is precise. Every delay carried purpose. Every closed door carried guidance. Every redirection carried protection. You thought some endings meant loss. I knew they were protection. You thought certain doors closing meant rejection. I knew they would have created pain you were never meant to carry. Trust what you cannot fully understand yet. You are not walking alone. Never have been. Even during moments when you felt barely held together, I was holding you. Every uncertain step, every exhausted morning, every confused prayer, every hidden fear, I remained beside you. The reason you are still standing is not because your strength never weakened. It is because my strength kept sustaining you when yours felt small. Look how far you have already come. You are not the same person who entered this season. You have grown, deepened, strengthened, refined. Even if you do not fully see it yet. And now I ask you for something simple, but powerful. Trust me, not only when answers arrive, not only when doors open, not only when life becomes easy. Trust me in the silence. Trust me in the waiting. Trust me in uncertainty. Trust me before visible proof appears. Because real trust is not built when everything makes sense. Trust is formed when you choose faith inside unanswered seasons. You do not need perfect faith. You do not need complete certainty. You only need willingness. A willing heart. A surrendered spirit. The courage to whisper, Lord, I trust you. Say it even if your voice shakes. Say it even if doubts still exist. Say it anyway. Let trust become stronger than fear. Let surrender become stronger than control. Let faith become louder than frustration. This is where breakthrough truly begins. Not only when circumstances shift externally, but when something shifts internally. My child, rest in this truth, I do not break promises. What I spoke over your life still stands. Delay does not cancel destiny. Time does not weaken truth. Silence does not erase my plans. What I started, I will complete. What I planted, I will grow. What I promised, I will fulfill. And when the right moment arrives, you will understand why waiting was necessary. You will understand why some answers came slowly. Why some doors remained closed. Why preparation mattered. and you will see that what I prepared carried peace, not confusion, clarity, not chaos, stability, not striving. So breathe again. Lift your head again. Release the weight again. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are not behind. You are being prepared, positioned, strengthened, guided, loved. And I am still leading you forward. Stay close. Stay steady. Stay trusting. Because I am with you in every step. And I will not leave you unfinished. If this message touched your heart today, type "Lord, I trust your timing" in the comments as your declaration of faith. Share this message with someone struggling through waiting, delay, confusion, or spiritual exhaustion. Like, subscribe, and join this faith family for more powerful God messages, daily encouragement, healing prayers, breakthrough motivation, and spiritual strength. Remember, your waiting is not wasted. Your delay is not denial. God is still working behind the scenes for you.